as a community can do better.
What do you want to tell your children about this moment?
We need reforms.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we stand together.
Everybody's here together, black, white, brown, everybody.
A platform for progress in our community.
We need to do a better job.
I want to show that we can be peaceful.
This is just as much our fight as it is yours.
Discussing the problems of racial inequality and solutions to combat discrimination in a conversation for change.
We'll be able to build on this.
I never in a million years thought I would embrace a cop like that.
From Wish TV, we stand together.
The conversation around equality and tearing down racism continues in our series, We Stand Together. For some, ethnicity isn't the only battle they are facing, but in some cases, religion.
Yeah, tonight, News 8's multicultural reporter Katira Winfrey has more with the Muslim Alliance of Indiana.
Injustice is what thousands are protesting and marching to end. But outside of that, some are using education to break down barriers. Ibriham Alghani with the Muslim Alliance of Indiana says the organization is doing that. But they're also pushing for justice because it's what God requires.
There's quite a bit of things that have taken place in the last several months in America. What I think is that they're all tied together. For example, as a Black American, I've known and I've grown up in a society that there's been constant and pervasive inequality and discrimination in jobs, education, housing, criminal justice, and health. A lot of my non-Black colleagues weren't aware of that, or they claim to not have been aware of it. But now, with the pandemic, examples of police brutality, with the low value placed on Black lives, it's harder for people to feign ignorance. It's harder for people to act like they don't know. So we have this pandemic, and then you have Black Americans dying doing routine things. You have Breonna Taylor in Louisville, Kentucky. He was killed while sleeping. Routine thing. You have Ahmaud Arbery being killed while jogging. And you have also the weaponization of race. You have Amy Cooper and Christian Cooper in the New York City park. On the same day, and the tipping point is you have the George Floyd situation where an individual, a creation of God, a human being, life was taken away from him in such a ruthless fashion where someone stood on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And so now people have been galvanized. And it's not just Black Americans, it's people from all different backgrounds. And they want to address racial inequality. And the Muslim community and MAI is no different.
What's the challenge for you being as a Black person, you have a list of things that you're facing, but also as a Muslim, there's a whole other set. How does that,
wow.
What's your life like when you combine both of those two parts of yourself?
Characteristics, being a Muslim and being an African American, have made my life more difficult here in America. And they both have given me unique perspectives. In fact, many of my non-Black Muslims really had no idea what Black folks went through until 9/11 happened. And they saw that just having a name like Muhammad or Ahmed or Khadija or Ibrahim made you much less likely to get an interview for a job, to get a call back, to get opportunities that other people with more common names in America would receive. So being a Black Muslim, being a Black American, I know that things will not be easy for me, but I count both as blessings.
For you all, I've seen a lot of agencies kind of show their support and back these movements. Are there any specific things the Muslim Alliance of Indiana is doing to continue that push for justice?
Like I indicated earlier, racial equality, racial justice, this is aligned with our mission. So what we have done is, first of all, we put out a statement along with other Muslim organizations and community leaders saying that we're unequivocally, unabashedly in support of racial justice and racial equality. Secondly, we have begun hosting webinars, and we continue to host webinars in which we educate the Muslim community about the African American narrative, the African American experience, African American Muslim experience. We have racism in our community. So these webinars really have three purposes: to share the experience, the narratives of African American Muslims, to educate our community about racism, and to galvanize and try to organize Muslims to take action to address racial inequality and racial injustice in America. In fact, it is part of our faith. We cannot be spectators as Muslims on this particular topic. In the Quran, in chapter 4, it says, "O you who believe, stand out firmly for justice, be custodians of justice." We have teachings which says it is forbidden to be an oppressor, and we should side with the oppressed.
And finally, do you suggest everyone else take action, even if they're not a part of a specific organization, to kind of just do it on their own?
The benefits of taking action at this time is, if you want to see a better America, if you want to see a more just America, this is an opportunity to contribute to that. And I think that here, our purpose here on Life as Muslims, we believe our purpose here is to worship God and to praise God and to do actions that are pleasing to God. And I can't think of a better way to worship God and to do things that are pleasing to God and to praise God by standing up for justice and fighting against oppression.
We Stand Together series will continue to air this week on News 8 at 10 o'clock.
And you can see all of our profiles online at wishtv.com.
From Wish TV, we stand together. Watch, read, listen, and be a part of the conversation online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Find more episodes of We Stand Together and other podcasts from Wish TV online anytime at allindianapodcastnetwork.com. allindianapodcastnetwork.com.